Hello and welcome back to the Truly Amazing Life Show. I'm your host, Aaron Kennard, and today is part 2 in a series of interviews I'm doing with the breakthrough specialist, Nick Breau. On the last call, we discussed in detail a lot of real examples of breakthroughs that Nick has helped facilitate in his clients, which were super impressive. And we both thought it would be a really helpful thing to show you how Nick does some of his work. So for anyone unfamiliar with how it works, they could see someone like Nick uncovering limiting beliefs and reprogramming the mind. You could see it firsthand. So we picked me as a guinea pig, and in this call, you're going to see Nick working through the process of helping me reverse my automatic behavior when it comes to emotional eating. And the idea here is not to suppose that you have the exact same situation as me, but rather it's our hope that by listening in on this process and how it goes, it'll open your mind to the possibility of breakthroughs in your own life in various areas and hopefully help you see some other methods that are available to help you that you may not have been aware of. And one other possibility is that, and this may really not work, but it is feasible that if you put yourself in my shoes and replace the visualizations and the answers to Nick's questions with your own during this call, that you might be able to affect some real breakthroughs of your own in specific areas that might be different than mine right now. I don't know if that'll work, but if you test it out and have good effect, I'd love to hear about it. I'd love to hear any successes that you have. And this interview was recorded over a month ago. And so the results of that are now in of how it affected my life. And I'm going to share that with you today directly after the call with Nick. And he's also agreed to do a special breakthrough session sometime in the upcoming weeks where everyone is going to be invited to join for free. And it's going to be super valuable breakthrough session that he's going to do on this. He's offering it to everybody in the Truly Amazing Life family. So I'm really grateful for that. And since the dates aren't set yet, make sure you get on my email list over at trulyamazinglife.com. Subscribe for the Truly Amazing Dailies. That's how I'm going to notify you of when that call is and when we're doing that with Nick, that special breakthrough session on emotional eating. So just go sign up over there. And that's all for now. Let's jump into the call, and then I'll check back in afterwards and I'll discuss the results with you. All right, talk soon. Or that's just the best way.
Well, what's the trigger that you have?
The thing that causes me to want to go eat?
Yeah.
It's anytime I'm feeling stressed or overwhelmed.
Okay, so the feeling of stress or overwhelming makes you want to go.
Yep.
How often does that happen? Does it happen very often?
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much the natural response to anytime I feel stressed or overwhelmed.
Okay,
Like that's like the default response is like, I'll go grab something to eat whatever. It's just like this natural reaction.
And how often do you feel stressed or overwhelmed?
Oh, it depends on the day. Like some days, not at all. Some days I might go multiple days, like 3 or 4 days without it. And then there's phases when my task list is really big and I get in that overwhelmed state, not seeing how I'm going to accomplish all the tasks that I want to do in the time or that I need to do. And then that leads to feeling overwhelmed or stressed. And then the natural reaction to that is, well, overwhelmed and stress is not a great feeling. And then that just leads me to wanting to go eat something to like stop, to numb the feeling or whatever that is.
Yeah. Okay, so you don't have anything else in your life where you feel stuck or unhappy or nothing else that's like major, that's like, I don't want to use a debilitating or anything, but
no, I mean,
okay. No, that's good.
No, it's mostly just like the ambition to do a lot of things, to want to do a lot of things, not feel like I have enough help to do all the things, like knowing that I need more assistance to really do the things that I want to do, having so many tasks on my list at one time and having too many expectations on myself. And then that just leads me to the feeling of overwhelm, which it's when I feel the desire to eat something, it's not just when I feel overwhelmed, it's when I feel it's really like anytime I'm feeling low, the kind of the response to getting out of that low feeling, the natural response is to eat something, whereas the logical response, what I know really actually helps me feel better, is to do something like write or go for a run or but the gut level feeling response is like that initial reaction to any time I'm feeling low, and overwhelm just happens to be the most recent thing I was dealing with last week.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So where do you feel? Can you feel that feeling of overwhelmedness in your body right now?
Not right now. I'm not like in it a whole lot. I kind of got unoverwhelmed yesterday. Went through my task list and it felt pretty good, but I'm trying to recall where that was. Are you saying like what location in my body?
See, usually if it's something that's persistent, you can kind of pinpoint it, right? So, like like what it sounds like you need is just. It doesn't sound like you have anything really major going on that needs clearing, right? It's just one subconscious pattern, which is when you feel low, your instinct or your subconscious reaction is to go grab food,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
I mean, so we can do a switch pattern on that online and see if it works. I've
Okay.
never done it online before,
Okay.
so it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
So we can just give it a go and see if it works and kind of just go from there.
Let's try it out. Here we
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more apt to looking for the reasons that are making you see the feeling of overwhelm that you get is normal, right? It's a healthy,
Yeah.
it's for healthy reasons.
Yep.
So there's no real need to work on the overwhelmness.
Yeah.
Now, if you feel low often, then that's something we can clear as well, right? Because in reality, if you're feeling low, then there's something going on to make you feel low that doesn't need to be,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And so, I mean, when we say the overwhelm is a healthy thing, explain that more, maybe.
So, okay, let's use anger as an example. If somebody leaves a carton of milk on the kitchen counter and you get angry and you flip out because of it,
Mm-hmm.
that's unhealthy anger, right? That's unhealthy behavior.
Yeah.
If somebody takes a baseball bat and smashes the windshield of your car and you get angry because of that,
It's a healthy.
that's
It's like a normal reaction.
I don't want to use the word healthy because I don't, those emotions aren't healthy in any
Yeah.
way, but that's an expected normal anger response.
Well, it's like more within the range, you should say. But those normal ranges are really subjective too, because it's just what we consider as normal, right?
Yeah, like if somebody takes a baseball bat to your car, if you don't get angry in some way, then there's probably something wrong,
You gotcha.
right?
Or else you're just
so-
super enlightened, or what?
I mean, you could be. You're super at inner peace. I mean, people say that about me is that I never get angry or whatever.
Uh huh.
But you also have to make sure you're not
Suppressing the
it.
anger, which could, yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's not like a black and white. Emotions aren't black and white in terms of what's acceptable responses and what's unacceptable, but you can get an idea.
Yeah.
So if you wake up and your boss drops huge deadlines on you and a shit ton of work that you can't get done in a day,
Uh huh.
then it's normal to feel overwhelmed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So, and then it's just there's a process for getting out of overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So I guess the question being though, but when I do feel overwhelmed, so to say that is normal, it's not helping me to go eat food.
No, and that's two different things, right? So first of all, the question is are you overwhelmed more than you need to be, right? So if your wife gives you a grocery list and asks you to go get groceries after supper and you get nothing else going on,
Yeah.
if that overwhelms you, then there's a problem.
Yeah. So it's not that I think you're right. There's not an issue with me like the reason I'm overwhelmed is very clear, and it's because I'm just giving myself too many expectations, too many tasks, and I just haven't taken the time to literally like go through, clear them out, plan out the day. That's it.
Yeah.
Like once I do that, I'm clear, I'm free. And
Yeah.
yeah, if my wife gives me a list of stuff to do, that doesn't overwhelm me unless I've already got like 40 other things on my list, and then I'm like, oh, one more thing added to the list, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think that that's the huge issue. I think more I'm interested in discovering, when I do get in this feeling of, there's always going to be things in life that affect my feeling and my mood.
Yeah.
That cause, like, I'm going to feel up or down based on, how I'm living my life in various ways. Like whether I'm planning well, that can lead to a sense of overwhelm. Well, what I want to do is empower myself to, okay, I didn't plan well. I do feel overwhelmed. How can I break that pattern of an unhealthy habit reaction to my overwhelm and replace it with, okay, I feel overwhelmed. What's the way to resolve that and get out of that overwhelm? Because it's not eating. Eating doesn't help me ever feel unoverwhelmed. It's like a temporary Band-Aid that makes me escape it for a minute, but then makes me feel worse later.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Okay. So like I'm not identifying any emotional work. So let's do the swish pattern. Let's
Okay.
do the emotional eating trigger.
Okay.
Okay. So what we're doing is we're going to use it's an NLP technique, neuro linguistic programming,
Okay.
and NLP is basically a series of techniques used to communicate with the subconscious mind. So right now, what happens is when you feel low or feel overwhelmed, your subconscious mind's reaction is to trigger you in some way to make you want to go eat food, even
Yep.
if you're not hungry, right? And
Yep.
this is probably a behavior that was picked up as a teenager or as childhood, just through repetitive behavior. It kind of got programmed into your subconscious that whenever you feel, a certain way, that it wants to go eat food to make you feel better.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to we're going to change that behavior. So what I want you to do first is I want you to, when you're eliciting that behavior, so let's say right now you're overwhelmed,
Uh-huh.
and we're going to call this the present state.
Okay.
Okay, so the present state when you're feeling overwhelmed, can you, do you have a picture in your head of what that state looks like?
What do you mean?
Picture.
Like a picture of?
A picture that comes to mind for you when you feel overwhelmed and you're being triggered to go get food when you're not hungry and you shouldn't be eating.
I guess the picture comes up of this big list of red tasks, like 40 of them that are past due.
Okay. So, and that's when you know it's time to go eat, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so we're going to call that image the present state.
Okay.
Okay, so I want you to take that image and I want you to put it on pause.
Okay.
And I want you to kind of move it out of the way for a second.
So it's the big image right in front of my face and just kind of move it where?
Move it to the side.
Should I close my eyes to do this?
It's up to you. You can do it with your eyes open or your eyes closed.
So move it to the side in my mind, in my vision in front of me. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So kind of bookmark it so we can come back to it
Okay,
later.
cool.
Okay, so now we're going to create a new image. And this new image is going to be called the desired state.
Okay.
Okay, so what type of behavior do you want to elicit instead of going for food? So what do you want to replace? What behavior do you want to replace that old behavior with, or that current behavior?
Well, a couple ideas come to mind would be just the ability to just work through my tasks one by one. I mean, that's what I would like to be able to do when I feel overwhelmed, just to be able to focus on one task and do it. But it's challenging sometimes because now I don't feel that great, and so maybe I need something to do to help me feel a little bit better so that I can get back to the task at hand.
Okay, great. And what kind of thing would make you feel better? You want your subconscious mind to tell you to do instead of telling you to go eat.
I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what. I mean, I do know things that would make me feel better. I'm not sure what the best solution would be, I guess.
Okay. So earlier you mentioned when you're feeling overwhelmed, you like to go for a run.
Yeah, so going for a run, but then that might make me feel more overwhelmed because I don't have time to go for a run. Like I'm dealing with a time pressure, right? Like
Yeah.
and then going for a run adds to the list and pushes me farther down away from. So like a really long duration of time thing kind of adds to the overwhelm. Although I know that helps me feel better too. So it's like that's why the food thing is like this quick immediate fix, you know. I'll feel a little bit better right now, you know.
So what would be a quick immediate thing that helps you feel better, that would calm you down, that would be a more healthy response than grabbing some food?
That wouldn't have negative side effects.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, meditating or...
Yeah, it could be a quick meditation, like breathing, meditating,
Now,
stopping.
the more it excites you, the more you enjoy whatever you want to elicit, the better. right? Because if meditation's kind of a drag for you,
Yeah.
you don't want to replace it with something that feels like it's more work than grabbing food.
So, but something that immediately satisfies me, makes me feel a little better, is what I'm
That,
looking for.
that would be ideal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, writing, just taking some time to write makes me feel, I know that always makes me feel a little bit better, just to write my thoughts out on paper.
Okay.
Or just saying like closing my eyes, meditating, and saying 10 or 15 things that I'm thankful for definitely always makes me feel better. So
What about just going outside, going for like a 5-minute walk or something like that?
yeah, I haven't ever tried that, but I think that would make me feel better. Like if I just replaced, if I did anything besides eat, if
Yeah.
I could get myself to like want to do that. The problem is like I want to go eat. That's like the craving, the desire, right? So what you're trying to work on is trying to get me something that I would like want to go do, right?
Yeah.
And so if I was to be able to choose what's the most thing I would want to do, like whenever I feel overwhelmed, what do I really want to be able to do? It would be to write. Like I just love writing. I
Okay,
really,
so-
really like writing, and I would write for hours every day if I could.
Okay.
So
What?
maybe that's the thing, that I can do a quick fix of like, hey, let me take some time to write and think.
Okay. So let's try that.
Okay.
So when you think of writing and relaxing and sitting down and writing, can you create a picture for that now? What that picture looks like?
Like, and it can be me outside of my body looking at myself.
Yep.
Yeah, got it.
You got it?
Yep.
Okay, so that's the desired state. Okay, so the first image was the present state, and now this new image that you're looking at right now is the desired state. Okay, and now we're going to adjust some of the submodalities of this image. So keep that new desired state image up.
Big in front of me.
Yep.
Okay.
So is that image in black and white or is it in color?
It's in color.
In color. Okay, is it near or is it far?
It's kind of far.
Okay, do you want to bring it a bit closer?
Like zoom in on it.
Yeah, make it as comfortable as you can in terms of the distance that
Yeah.
that picture is at.
Okay.
Okay, and is it very bright or is it kind of dim?
It's kind of dim.
Okay, do you want to brighten it?
Okay.
Okay, and how's the contrast? How are the colors in that picture?
It's pretty colorful.
Okay, do you want to make it any more colorful? Nice and bright?
Yeah. Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Good, that done. Okay. And how big is the picture? Is it kind of small? Is it medium sized? Is it nice and big?
It's pretty big. I put it big in front of me. It's kind of like,
Okay, so it's a good comfortable size.
yeah.
Okay, and how's the focus of that image? Is it a bit fuzzy at all or is it like crystal clear?
Yeah, it's kind of fuzzy.
Okay, so clear that up.
So
Make it
how do I
nice and
clear that up?
focused.
Just like focus in on a certain part of it, or
No,
Or just the
just
whole thing?
like you're adjusting a camera lens on a camera, right? You don't want the image to be blurry at all. You want it to be nice and crisp.
okay.
Done?
Yep.
Okay, and is it a movie or is it still?
It's still.
Okay, good. Is it 3D or is it flat?
It's 3D.
Okay, and you like it like that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And what about the viewing angle that you're looking at the image at? Is it a good angle? Do you like where you're looking at the image from?
No, I'm kind of bugged by it because I'm like looking down from behind myself.
Okay,
I'd rather
so
be
go ahead and switch that angle.
Uh, okay.
Okay, Okay, and how does the image feel? Do you feel nice and calm, nice and peaceful, nice and relaxed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to add to that image to make it even more appealing?
Yeah.
Maybe some background music.
No, I just added a nice my down jacket onto myself. That was good.
Cool. Anything else you want to throw in there?
Um, nope.
Okay. All right, so I want you to make sure you're out of your body in that picture, so you're looking at it from a distance.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to take that picture, and I want you to shrink it. I want you to shrink it so it's about 1 inch by 1 inch.
Okay.
I want you to move it down to your lower left-hand side.
Okay.
Okay? So now I want you to take that old picture and bring it up in front of you, that current state.
Okay.
So you've got the current state image in front of you,
Uh-huh.
and then you've got that desired state in the lower left-hand corner.
Yeah.
Okay?
The current state is big, like right in front of me.
Yeah,
The old
And-
undesired state, right?
that's the current state.
Yeah, the current state. Okay.
And in that current state, make sure that you're looking through your own eyes.
Yep.
Okay? So I'm going to get you to pause everything right now.
Okay.
I'm going to explain to you what the next step is.
Okay.
So if you can open your eyes. So what I'm going to do is, and this is a bit harder online, but it should still work.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go current state,
Uh-huh.
okay, desired state.
Okay.
Okay, point down. So when I point
You want
down,
me to do it or you're just doing it?
I'm going to do it.
Okay.
I'm going to go current state. You're going to keep your eyes open.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to go current state,
Uh-huh.
desired state.
Okay.
So when I say current state, you see the current state
Really big in front of me.
really big in front of you. Then I'm going to go desired state. Then you're going to see that in the lower left hand corner.
Okay.
I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, swish. And when I go 1, 2, 3, swish, you're going to allow that desired state to explode big and bright in front of you. And it's going to replace that current state image.
Where does the current state go? Just disappears?
Just, it can shrink back down to that corner.
Okay.
Right? Or it gets replaced. The other one comes up in
It
front
just
of it.
like pops right in front of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay? And then I want to say 1, 2, 3, clear the screen.
Okay.
When I say clear the screen, I want you to picture a big white movie screen.
Yeah. Just so you know, if you want to scoot more into the middle of the picture, we might be missing you on the recording there. Yeah, just so that you're not cut off because it's going to split screen. Yeah. Okay.
So it's going to be like this. It's going to go current state, desired state, 1, 2, 3, swish, clear the screen. Current state, desired state, 1, 2, 3, swish, clear the screen. I want to do that over and over again.
Okay. Then I do this with my eyes open looking at you.
Yes.
So I can, okay.
Okay.
Cool.
So once again, bring up that current state.
Okay.
Big and bright in front of you.
Yep.
Right? That's the current state. You're looking into that image through your own eyes.
Yep.
Okay. You can see the desired state in the lower left-hand corner.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So current state, desired state, 1, 2, 3, swish, clear the screen. Current state, desired state, 1, 2, 3, swish, clear the screen.
It's going too fast. I'm not being able to get them up.
Okay,
Is the
it's
need
okay.
just keep trying?
Just keep going. So
Okay.
current state, desired state, 1, 2, 3, swish, clear the screen. Current state, desired state, 1, 2, 3, swish, clear the screen. Current state, desired state, 1, 2, 3, swish, clear the screen. Current state, desired state, 1, 2, 3, swish, clear the screen. Current state, desired state, 1, 2, 3, swish, clear the screen. Current state, desired state, 1, 2, 3, swish, clear the screen. Current state, desired state, 1, 2, 3, swish, clear the screen. Current state, desired state, 1, 2, 3, swish, clear the screen. Current state, desired state, 1, 2, 3, swish, clear the screen. Current state, desired state, 1, 2, 3, swish, clear the screen. Okay, how you making out?
It just feels kind of like I'm
What is
missing
it?
it. Like I'm not getting them up in the place and it's like just too fast almost.
What are we clearing again? What are we changing?
What do you mean?
Like, what are we working on?
We're working on
Perfect. Good. That's the response I was looking for.
okay.
So you can see here is the subconscious switchover worked because you can't remember what we're working on, right?
Interesting.
So we basically altered that behavior in your subconscious mind. So if I asked you how many more times do we need to run the pattern to make sure it's well ingrained, what number comes up?
Maybe 10.
10. Okay. Current state, desired state, 1, 2, 3, swish, clear the screen. Current state, desired state, 1, 2, 3, swish, clear the screen. Current state, desired state, 1, 2, 3, swish, clear the screen. Current state, desired state, 1, 2, 3, swish, clear the screen. Current state, desired state, 1, 2, 3, swish, clear the screen. Current state, desired state, 1, 2, 3, swish, clear the screen. Current state, desired state, 1, 2, 3, swish, clear the screen. Current state, desired state, 1, 2, 3, swish, clear the screen. Current state, desired state, 1, 2, 3, swish, clear the screen. Current state, desired state, 1, 2, 3, swish, clear the screen. There you go. How are you feeling now?
I feel good. I just want to keep the desired state. It's like,
Good.
I don't want to keep going back. It's harder for me to go back to that old current state.
Good, that's what we want. So now what should happen is subconsciously, when you feel overwhelmed,
Uh-huh.
your subconscious mind should trigger the thoughts and feelings associated with that desired state now.
That's cool. Yeah, that was weird. When you asked me what the issue was, I was definitely drawing a blank. That was interesting.
Exactly. Yeah, that's how it works. Really good.
So basically now we just go forth in life and then see how I notice. If I feel overwhelmed again or whatever, see what trigger happens.
Yeah, and often people won't even notice right away that there's a difference.
Yeah.
I've had people where we did a session for weight loss, and she left not feeling much of a change, and then a week later she sent me a message saying, "I'm not sure if it's what you did, but I'm not eating emotionally at all anymore." Right, just after one session. So people don't realize sometimes until they recognize, oh, like, holy crap, my behavior is different. I didn't even notice it till now.
Well, because what you did, and I guess your verification when you asked that question was, what were we working on? And I couldn't figure it out. It was like you can see that you definitely did this pattern interrupt in my subconscious or something, huh?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, is there anything I need to do with that desired state image to cultivate it, or just?
Nope, that's it.
I mean, it's not going to hurt me to think about that desired state more, right? If I want.
Oh no, absolutely, it won't hurt you. No, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool to get outside of my. It was cool to get outside of my. It was interesting to notice the current state being right through my own eyes, and seeing the desired state through outside of myself, and like seeing a picture of myself in that desired state, and then making that big in front of me. It definitely felt good. I mean, it felt good just to see that picture in that desired state. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's that pattern's a little bit easier to work with in person.
Uh-huh.
Because when you're flashing your hand, you're doing it right in front of the person's face.
Yeah.
So it's a bit easier to follow. So that's why you had a little bit of a hard time following.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure we'll still see the results from that.
Yeah, well, because could you see my eyes tracking your hand?
Yeah.
But it's like when you're in person, you see them tracking a lot more, right?
It's a lot easier to track, yeah, because you've got the hand movement going all around in front of you.
I should have made you full screen. I wasn't thinking about that, but it probably would have been more effective. I had you on a little. It would have been better if I had you on full screen, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe for future reference, you might notify the person to make it on full screen just to, if that helps better. But
and like I said earlier, this isn't a pattern I need to use often.
Yeah.
Most of what I do involves clearing negative emotions and limiting beliefs.
Yeah.
Which is a few different techniques, but it's still very effective.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We should do a follow-up to this, like say in a week or something.
Sure.
I will have had a chance to get overwhelmed again, I'm sure, in the meantime.
I'm going to find out what your wife's email is and send her a message saying, do everything you can to overwhelm Aaron tomorrow.
Yeah, no, she doesn't even have to try. I believe I can overwhelm myself very easily just with my own mind and creating a task list. So, but yeah, it'll be interesting to just go forth and see what that did, and then we can follow up on another call. I was thinking we could get on another call and maybe do some Q&A. If other people have questions on this stuff or want to get on, maybe we could even, I don't know, I'm just kicking around ideas. We could potentially throw on a Q&A. Maybe on this call for people listening, go on to the blog, trulyamazinglife.com/podcast, and look for the link to this interview with Nick. And let's invite people to go on and leave us comments on the blog. If you have questions about the process, if you think it would be valuable to get on a follow-up Q&A, like if you want to jump on the call, we could maybe take some live answers, or leave their questions and you and I can jump back on and answer other people's questions about this process on a follow-up call, and then see how how it went for me, and I'll report back in and stuff. What do you think about that, Nick?
Yeah, I love hearing from people and helping them figure out what they have going on, because often they're very surprised at some of the patterns they have going on, and they've never realized it. And a lot of the times they've had it going on their whole life, and once they do realize it, they can create some pretty big shifts by releasing some of this stuff. So it's always fun.
Yeah, cool. Let's do a follow-up. I guess we don't need to belabor this particular anything anymore. Went through it. That was interesting. Very cool. I will just say I'm intrigued by. I was really surprised to find that my mind was just blank right there after you did that, because it didn't seem like it was working. It didn't seem like, I didn't know what it was supposed to be doing. It just didn't seem like I was doing a very good job of swishing the thing in front of me because it was going so fast.
It was overwhelming you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you want to do, right?
Yeah, it was like too hard for me to do it. Like I was like, please slow down so I can actually get this image solid.
Yeah, it kind of gets the conscious mind out of the way so we can get right to the subconscious mind and reprogram it.
Huh. But it was interesting because it was overwhelming me, but it wasn't making me hungry or going after food. So that was interesting. It was actually like, it was shifting more toward me just wanting to keep that picture in front of me. Like me wanting that feeling that I had created when the picture that I created in front of me was an image of me at my desk where I'm sitting right now, but like turned sideways with my feet up on the stand, and me writing in my journal with kind of like leaning back in my chair. That's like my favorite position to be in every day. Just like first thing in the morning, I sit back after I meditate. Anyway, so I was like really getting into that picture from the outside, and it felt really cool. I just wanted to keep it. I was like, hey, stop swishing that old one in. I want the good one.
Good.
Interesting. Very cool. Well, let's, I guess we'll wrap on this one for now, and then everybody check back in. We're definitely gonna do a follow-up call on this. I'll get Nick back on the phone, but what we're gonna do is, depending on when we do the follow-up call, may depend on how many questions we get and how much preparation time we need for that. And we may end up doing, we can consider even doing a live webinar or something in place of this follow-up call where I check back in and we answer a few other people's questions live or something. We'll kick those ideas around. So everybody comment on the blog, trulyamazinglife.com/podcast, and let us know what you want to do or what you think. Let us know if you have questions or if you want to jump on a live call with Nick and I and just get some brief questions answered on this process, and maybe get a little bit of insight into your situation. I know another quick thing is the emails that I send out to the group here on the Truly Amazing Daily. So for those of you just listening on iTunes that maybe aren't familiar with the Truly Amazing Daily, I get email questions daily from users that are trying to work on their limiting beliefs and trying to work on living a truly amazing life. And so I usually respond to those via email. This is a time where you that are on the Truly Amazing, in the Truly Amazing Life community, speak up, because those people that actually speak up and ask questions and we answer them, they get huge benefit and value, and they're so grateful. In fact, let me just read you an email. Actually, I'll just pop this up. I'm just to share with you the lady Sam, who I answered the question of today. This was her response when I sent out the group email afterwards, replying to her question and giving her just a little bit more guidance. She said, "I love you, Aaron," with about 13 exclamation points and 2 smiley faces. For giving me your time, for helping me understand, for really being here for me. I'm absolutely struck with overwhelming shock at your timing with this email. I'm in my cave when I feel closest to God, right in the middle of writing my affirmations, pondering your words. I was recalling your 5 tools for manufacturing complete happiness when this email came to me. Just this morning, I was telling my friend all about the correspondence with you, seeking some response from you and from God, and here it is. It blows me away. I'm too excited to move from here. God bless you, Aaron. He helped me find you. I totally believe he uses you to speak to me. Thank you for your help with this and everything. So I just share that with you guys that, leave a question for Nick and I. We're here to help. We want to be able to help with any issues, and we can't help you unless you speak up and leave a question. And we would love to be able to answer it. Right, Nick?
Absolutely.
So cool. I think that's good for now. Any final thoughts?
No, great stuff. Let's hear from some people.
Yeah. Thanks for your time, Nick. Really appreciate having you on the phone, on the team here to help people out. So until the next time, we'll catch you guys soon.
Thanks. Until next time.
All right, there you have it. Pretty simple process. Maybe it looks a bit weird. Maybe it seems a bit hokey. You know what? I personally don't really care how strange something seems as long as it gets me results. And so the result, here's what happened as a result of what you just saw Nick do with me that day. That afternoon, after the call that we got on, I got to the point in the afternoon where I was tired and I looked at my big list of tasks, and immediately the image of me kicked back in my chair writing filled up the entire screen of my mind in vivid clarity, and I felt no desire to eat food and quite a large desire actually to kick back in my chair and relax and write. So that's what I did, and it felt really good, and I just wrote, relaxed, and breathed for a few minutes, and it cleared my mind and rejuvenated me. And then I jumped back over to my task list, cleaned it up, scheduled out my tasks, and made a plan, and had a super efficient afternoon knocking out the rest of my priorities for that day. So the same result happened every day the rest of that week, and I had my most efficient and productive week that I'd had in months as far as work is concerned, and it felt really, really good. I was really stoked about it, and it's because the pattern of distracting myself by eating, which always led to other distractions and wasted time and lower energy, less efficiency and stuff, had really been eliminated that week. So it's now been over a month, a little bit over a month, and that image is still really strong in my mind. And I've had times in that month where I've felt the urge to eat when I was feeling low for other reasons. So the tendency is the emotional eating tendency wasn't completely removed by this one thing, but when it comes to the task overwhelm, excuse me, and lack of clarity, which was the most common time that I experienced it that was holding me back, it's really rare now that I feel the urge to eat as a solution to that. And I usually feel the urge, which is stronger, to kick back in my chair, breathe, relax, write, and it just overpowers any other urge. Usually I just don't even feel the urge to eat. I literally just see that image of my mind, and I kind of move to that place of relaxation for a few minutes and breathing, and then I'm able to clear my head and feel better and get right back in my task. So I'm not exactly sure how it works, but I know that the way Nick helped me get this crystal clear image of my desired state in my mind and then helped me lock it in place has really produced results for me, for which I'm really, really grateful. And I hope to be able to share those kind of things with you guys. That's the reason I brought Nick into the community. And so as I mentioned before the call, you need to stay tuned make sure you're on the list at trulyamazinglife.com, because I'm going to notify you of a breakthrough session where Nick is going to go through and offer this for free, something similar. He's not going to do that exact same process. There's a different method that he's going to use when we get the big group of people together all at once, where everybody can go through it, and he's going to work through breaking through some of these limiting beliefs and clearing out some of this negative emotion when it comes to this specific topic of emotional eating. So thanks for watching and listening today. Stay tuned, and I'll be in touch soon. And if you have a chance to go leave a review on iTunes, if this is helpful for you, I'd love to have any reviews. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps support the show and get the word out there to other people.